Well, good morning, YouTube. How you doing? Usually these morning videos are made right after I put the Brad on the bus, but she's out of school now. Apparently, while we was in Missouri, her school decided to throw a hissy fit, so we pulled her. Anyway, I just posted a video, showed you a little bit of the land. We ended up staying a lot more than we had intended to originally. Because originally we were going to be there 3 days, maybe 4, and we ended up staying a week and a half. Mostly, part of it was because it was just cold and rainy, and my road was muddy. But anyway, we got out there. We had 2 beautiful days of weather. And then it was supposed to rain, and it didn't. And then we had 2 days playing in town, going and exploring the different towns near us, because everything's spread out there now. It's very rural, and everything's spread out. So we did that. And then on the third day, we bought our tiny house, which is it is 12 by 40. And the inside's just open. We're gonna have to, separate it and do stuff. We have to insulate it and put in whatever walls we want. So we paid like $500 down, and it's gonna be $440. It's gonna be about $450 a month, and it's a 4-year loan, but we don't have to start paying till September because the tiny house isn't going to be built till September. Or going to be finished being built till September. They make them one at a time. The outfit we bought from, it's a local place. They build them right there on site. We was watching them build them, and we picked a model we liked, the cheapest model we could get for that size, and they tried to do it more than 16 foot on, more than standard house studs on center, but the guy who overall manages the thing said no, we have to have it for a 40 foot. We had to have it on center, so that cost us a little extra. And then there was a 10% surcharge on the wood. Thanks, Joe Biden and COVID, douchebags. They're just douchebags trying to hurt us. So anyway, we was hanging. I did got a lot done, but this road has got spots that gets like this, so I gotta go in and level it. There was a humongous rut hole, and I had to get a pit. I went to that didn't bring my pickaxe, plus my wood handle's busted anyway. I would have had to get a wooden handle, so I just went and bought a new pickaxe, $40 to do it right center there in Houston, Missouri, and I got that hole filled because we got stuck back there. I got back there with the trailer too, and then I realized, as this first rain came, it was muddy and we weren't getting out. So on the next sunny day that I had, I went and found the biggest rocks I could find, put in that hole flat side up, and then was trying to cover it from dirt. So I got the way the road leans sorted out. So anyway, but I got to get the whole road level because they're not going to be able to bring our tiny home at the end of August or September unless I do. So my bright idea is to find a tiller and use the tiller to break up the dirt, and then get on my Dixie chopper and let the back of the deck hang, and then use it as a mini excavator for scooping and leveling. Now I've done this before. not with the tiller part, but using using my Dixie chopper as a grader. I've done it before. I did it to my friend's yard, my brother-in-law's yard. So I know I can do that. That'll be no problem. But I gotta work on it. Now, in the video that I just posted, you seen that road. What you don't see is it's like a roller coaster. There's like it like comes down and then a hill, and that one center hill has to come down, and then just use rakes to pull it level, or and go do the fine tuning, go over it with the Dixie chopper. So that looks like that's what it's going to be. But I got several months to get that done, and then I got to get the road. I got to get a road through the trees back onto the back piece where we're going to live. So we was doing that, and plus there were days when it was raining. We just sat around, pissed around, did nothing, hung out with the neighbors. And one day we had one hell of a huge drama, which I don't have a horse in the race, but that turned out to be for them a big family thing, and has to do with alcohol and somebody not being able to handle it. And then we packed up, come home. We left most of the stuff there. We figured we was going to come back home and try to work on that pick 'em up truck. Well, when we got home, this place has been overrun by rats. We're putting mothballs to try to chase them off, but damn. I mean, we found piles of wood shavings and stuff, so the rats have been in here. I just know they're chewing on the power lines, and there's water damage inside the walls, and the floor the floor's been mushy, and I was iffy about this thing making it in the first place, but we've decided we don't think it's feasible to bring it, because basically it's just a super expensive piece of shelter. So, given the limited budget, I was calling around to see what I could do here and there, and nothing. Looking around for temporary structures, nothing. Looking around for a bigger tent or like a canvas tent, nothing. Nobody has anything like that. So we bought a metal shed. We're going to put up a metal shed, and we're going to put pallets in the floor of it. And there it is. We're going to stay in that till September. The reason I did this route is because I need one of those anyway. Okay, I need one of those to keep the mower in. I need one of the for tools and storage. Lawnmowers and lawn care and storage stuff. So we need it anyway. There's no question we need it anyway. Eventually down the road. So get it now, and then once they deliver our tiny home in September, all will be fine. So then we'll have a house. Then we'll have the tiny house and a garage shed. Plus we do have a canvas covering, but it's for storage, or I think the best use for that's going to be keeping wood dry. But we'll see. That's the one thing about life, especially life out in the middle of nowhere, living off grid like that, is it floats along. Things can change on a dime, and it just floats. So while we were out there, the school called. Well, she's out of unexcused days. Well, tough petunias, We're not going to send her back there let her live by herself. She's 11, so, and we're moving. So we're just going to pull her. So that's what we did. We come back and we pulled her. So the first time I went to Missouri, the wheel fell off my little trailer, my red trailer. It's just a tilt bed. You hook it and the whole bed will tilt. You could drive up on it with a mower or something, which is how I got the mower out there. And so the first time we came back without the trailer. And I had another one here, but I had to rebuild it. So we bought tires for it, rims, and then put a wood deck down. The wood deck had rotted off of it, so we put a wood deck down for flooring. And we've been using it. But now, this time we come back, we left everything out there. I left the pit boss out there, everything. We left the whole smack out there because we're going right back. Well, we got here, and like I said, this place is overrun by rats and mice. I have no idea why. I've never been. Well, the only time it was this bad was maybe 10 or 12 years ago when they tore down a building, an abandoned building, just right up the road here. It caused a bunch of problems. But this and even when we were living in Brownstown, one town over, the rats didn't come in here. The rats and mice didn't get in here. But this time we were gone for a week and a half, and we come back and it is just overrun. So it's crazy. We got to move out of here like quick. So I went to Menards yesterday and got that 10 by 12 shed and a battery for my Dixie chopper. I guess I'm gonna have to just rent a tiller and use it to break the ground up, and like I said, go over it, till it, rake it, or use the mower to pull it until we got a 12-foot road that's level, somewhat. I think they can go up a foot high over stuff, so but we got to keep it from high centering, so because they are holing the house. So anyway, just woke up this morning. I got a repair. I went and bought a wheel. I went and put a new wheel hub on. The wheel hub itself, the bearings fell out of it. So I went and bought a new wheel hub, and I just went out there and cleaned the rust off of the spindle yesterday. I got to put that wheel hub on. I have to install the wheel hub. Once I get that done, I'm gonna try to get a pair of wheels for it. We're going to be using both the pickup and the Durango, and we're going to with the new transmission that I'm a little worried about, the used transmission I'm a little worried about. So it gets the small trailer, and we're going to keep the weight down and maybe make more trips, except for the fact that the price of gasoline is now over $3 a gallon because of some stupid scam thing. It's insane. It's just insane. But we left 90% everything out there. We only brought back clothes so we could wash them, and then now this time we go back out there. I think I'm going to do a pair of shotgun trips. We're just go out there, throw stuff off, get back in the cars, shoot back over here, reload both the trailers, the back of the Durango and the back of the pickup truck, and shoot back over there the second time. In those 2 trips, we should have everything we need, and everything else needs to be in storage. Because once we leave this place, it's going to get picked apart. Because the crackheads are real bad over here. And they are. It's just crackhead central for people coming down stealing stuff. And they're crackheads. They're dope heads, steal stuff, sell it for dope. That's what they do. This was one of their favorite targets, but I managed to keep my stuff safe, and right up until one person come through and wiped out everything I've ever bought. I've been slowly replacing tools as I need them, which sucks. But anyway, we had a real good time with our neighbors. We've got nice neighbors. They're not entitled, they're not pretentious, they're not precious or special. They're good, decent people doing the same thing we are. Get out there and try to live their life. We're going to have it a lot easier than they did, because when we're going to have infrastructure, solar, things like that, a good head start. When they came up here, their town was just exploding with stupid. And when they came up here from Florida, they just loaded what they could fit in their cars, bought their land online from Instant Acres, which Instant Acres has nothing for sale right now. And I'm pretty sure the mass exodus that's going on in big cities, their pieces of land don't last more than minutes before somebody buys them. Because it's no money down, no credit check. If you've got $500 down, you got the land. Now you have to maintain your payments. And yeah, I imagine it probably could be a little bit used car salesmanish, where if toward the end, if you miss payments or something, they might try to pull you out of your land. But we have a fixed income, so our land payment and our tiny house payment for the next 4 years is pretty much guaranteed. So until the whole government shuts down, when the government implodes and shuts down, then it's going to be an issue. But at that point, things in this country will be so chaotic. I'm not gonna let them take my land back from me anyway. So it doesn't matter. I'll pay for it if I got the money to. I'm not gonna be somebody's slave over it though. So we got back here. Now we've got to pack up this entire place. Get it ready to go to one or two places. Either get it ready to go to Missouri, or get it ready to go to storage. Because there's some things we're not going to get until we get to tiny house. And there's other things that can't get wet that that I don't have a secure place for. So, we're going to take what we need, as much as we can get out there, what we need, and store the rest here in town in our storage until we can come back over and get them, or transfer it to a local storage over there. Now it got cold, and I mean cold. The first night it got down to 40 degrees. We went and got a hotel room to get showers and have a warm place to sleep, And then we went to Walmart and we bought blankets, more blankets. So the second and third 40 and fourth 40-degree nights, because it was nice in the daytime, rainy and drizzly for 3 days in a row. But it was, and that was it was the hardest part. I needed a half dry day to get the trailer out. So we got both trailers back. I'm going to get both trailers repaired. We had one tire kept going flat. I had to air it up every 30, 40 minutes going down the road. They said it was a valve stem. Okay, well, when I had him mount those tires not too long ago, they were supposed to put valve stems on them anyway. So who knows? But it's repaired. The trailer's not going flat. We can get back and forth now without tearing up that tire on the big trailer. And I'm bought the spindle, and I'm putting it on. I got to put the spindle on, but I don't have that washer with the cutout, the axle washer with the cutout. So I got to go find that. Yeah. Otherwise, that new spindle ain't gonna stay there. So anyway, it's just same. I was really devastated though, especially by the rats. I'm not comfortable living with giant rats in the wall. Shit tons of rats and mice in the walls of this camper that were not here before we left. It's insane. It's like this became the Bates Motel of rodents. So anyway, there's that. No big tents. I looked to see if I could get a yurt, a giant tent, canvas tent, something we can stand up in. Because I'm not going to spend the next 3 months bent over in a tent if it's rainy or inclement weather or something. So we got a little aluminum shed, which we needed anyway at some point. instead of trying to finance something different. And, well, I want to get all my. I need batteries. Is the biggest part. I've only got 6 deep cycle batteries. I've already got my 4 panels that are already out there. Well, I need 4 times that. I'm looking at like Trojan T105s or Trojan L16s, or some companies L16, something that are 6 volts and 300 amp hours, and then you just only need 4 of them, and I'll just do just pump all 8 panels in, and there you go. But I mean, we're we were beginning to get a handle on what it's going to be like, and doing more with less, and living without the more stupid of the creature comforts. Like, I took my laptop, but I didn't turn it on once. When we weren't doing things, we were playing on our phone, or we were over playing with our neighbors. Uh, Speaking of which, I know they watched the channel. Shout out to Sandy, Big Dave, Little Dave, Big and Little Kevin, and Tiana. Shout out to you guys. You guys are really sweet, nice, great people, and we're so glad that we got neighbors we get along with that aren't assholes. And yeah, I am leaving somebody out. Somebody's out. Oh, and to Sean and Zach, hi to you guys too. That was a very uncomfortable situation. That we had one day where it was an issue. There was just some issues, and like I said, I'm not going to sit here and talk dirty because I don't have a horse in that race. That's none of my business. But if it makes it back to my property again, it will be my business. So, certain person fucked up real bad, called my wife some names, and did some shit we don't approve of. So we're just going to make some distance with them, and but I don't want to start any wars or anything, because apparently they're moving somewhere. I don't know. That's what we were told. And so that was our trip. We didn't get as much done. We stayed. We ended up. We were only going to stay 3 or 4 days, and we ended up staying a week and a half. We got about half as much as we thought we'd get done. We had twice as much enjoyment, because we get this. Every time you move to a new place, you got to know what's where. And all the towns around us are small, so it's go to this town and it's got this, this, and this. This town over here's got this, 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 and then the big towns, which are going to be like Mountain Grove or Houston, Missouri. Those are the big towns near us, and we got to figure things out. But things are moving. But with us not moving this fifth wheel camper now, with us we're going to leave it in place, and I'm going to try to take the refrigerator out of it. I'm going to try to gut for the pieces I want. 12-volt water pumps, shit like that. I'm just going to start gutting pieces that I'll use out there, out of this camper. Instead of pulling it out there, staying in it, and then doing that, I got to do it here. So, but since we're not pulling this, we don't have to buy the truck or a fifth wheel plate. And so we're not going to spend hardly any of that money. All that money we can spend on other stuff. Plus, we spent a whole lot less on our tiny house than we thought we were. We thought we were going to have to pay like $1,000 or $2,000 down, and we ended up only paying $500 down. So that's even better. It gives us more money to move and get set up out there when we do. But I want batteries for the solar. But there's other things that are more necessary than that. So all in all, it was a good trip. But on the four big solar panels, that pit boss uses a lot of power. It used everything we made in a day. If you go by the voltage, now I don't count amps, which a lot of people say when you're on solar, you shouldn't worry about the voltage and just count your amps and fill your bank up completely and then count your amps out and amps back in. And yeah, that's certainly a good idea. Our neighbors live solely on a generator for their power needs. Little champion generator. And it's sounding like it's about to go boom, so I don't know what they're going to do. I really don't. Because they're not going to be able to even charge cell phones. You know, I'm thinking about getting a little generator. Number one, when I get a decent enough bank, if I have use a lot of power and then have some bad days, you could run a generator to fill up your battery, or you can run a generator, and if you're going to use the new wave or the pit boss grill. But I think most of that regular house stuff, I think I produce enough solar. I just don't have nothing to store it in. So I mean, we are going to be doing quasi minimalist. It's not full on minimalist. Somebody said that in the questions, but it's just been one drama after another, after another, after another, after another, and we're working through it. I can't wait to get out there fully and just sit down and relax. We're here. No more. No more struggling. I can take a breath for a minute. Oh wait, I gotta fix my road. I gotta make a road and start clearing my flat piece. But you know, one, the path got a lot clearer because at this point there's nothing left. Before it was I got to figure out how to make a pickup truck run and then figure out how to get a fifth wheel plate for it and then empty this whole thing out and try to haul it out there to a road where I couldn't haul it back. And now it's just, we got everything we need now. It's a matter of packing it and moving it. Packing this place up, moving it, coming back here, tearing these two RVs up for the things we want out of them, moving that over, and trying or to storage, and try to keep it out of the rain. Keep things from ruining. So, I mean, that's pretty much where we're at now. Well, of course, we don't have any help. There ain't nobody in her family or my family would come help me, so come help us. So, whatever. Hey, we're already starting to get things organized out there, so we finally made it to the DMV here in Illinois, and while we were right before we left. So when I came back, my Illinois hard card was here, which is fine and dandy because now the next time I go to Missouri, I can take the paper that I bought my building and the paper that we bought the land into the DMV, which and get my license. Because we don't have utility bills. We don't have utilities. We have our own power. So there's no water. We're going to have to haul that. So I need to get tanks out there. It's a lot of trips we got to make. But we'll do it. We'll get her. I got infrastructure. I just got to get it out there. And and the price of gasoline's going to skyrocket over this fake pipeline bullshit. Yeah. America is just so full of scumbaggery. It's not even America anymore. It's really not. It's okay. I mean, ain't nobody, there are people doing things about it. There's stuff going on the political arena, and there's stuff going on in other places, and people are pushing back with masks. And I noticed nobody said anything out there. Nobody gives a shit about masks. Very few people wear them. Same as here. So that's good. But we got to get doctors transferred over. We got to get, mail and post office stuff dealt with. And, you know, it's a lot of work moving. Especially when you do it piecemeal like this. But, hey, there it is. We're getting ready to start the homestead. But I haven't put a video up in a while, so thought I'd bang one out and get it up. I'm trying to get Linda too, but she's got a doctor's appointment this morning, and then we got appointments this afternoon, and I still got things I got to get done today. So, and we still got laundry from the trip to do. So I might not get her for a day or three to put a video, but anyway, I just wanted to say hey to all the folks that do watch us and wondering how it's going. You got to see a little bit of the land. I'll make more videos the next time. Like I said, I was busy and it rained a lot, and I was, we were hanging out and getting to know our neighbors, and it was just, I wasn't a video trip. We were getting acclimated out there. So, it's ours. Our tiny home's paid, is bought. So, I mean, we got to make payments on it, but it's bought. So, at the end of August or the beginning of September, which is when our first payments become due, which is also very nice, I can spend the summer setting up infrastructure and whatever, especially if we get some more Trump bucks. I'm still not going to call it Biden bucks and Trump bucks, because he's our real president. Everybody knows Trump's our real president. Everybody knows that they're interlopers, cheats, thieves, liars. They're not supposed to be there, and that's why they made a fortress and put up barbed wire around our government. Does a freely elected president need barbed wire around? Congress is on some stupid shit, and they know. If they're going to continue with this stupid shit, which I don't think they will, but they have to have some protection, because at some point I can sense that they're about to piss this country off, and it's about to get stupid. And I don't think bums and tots and activists and mostly peaceful protests are going to go down this year like they did last year. I'm thinking it's going to be a lot more stupid, and they're going to see a lot more resistance and high-speed opinions. So, anyway, you guys take it easy, and you be cool. It's impossible for me, but I know you can do it. Take it easy.